Welcome to Super Showdowns, the ultimate destination for epic battles and legendary showdowns. Join us as we put iconic superheroes, villains, and mythological figures against each other in thrilling matches of strength, strategy, and skill. The skies over Moscow were painted in a violent orange as dusk crept over the city. Shadows lengthened across the skyline, and in the heart of the Russian capital, a secret facility rumbled with unease. Beneath the cold exterior of reinforced titanium and armed guards deep underground, something was stirring, something that should have never been woken. The Russian government, in collaboration with a clandestine wing of SHIELD, had been experimenting with gamma radiation. They weren't trying to recreate the Hulk, they were trying to contain him. If they could develop an energy field strong enough to suppress the Hulk's transformation, they could neutralize him without destruction. But no one truly understood the consequences of caging a force of nature. They tested their new containment protocol in a controlled chamber using a strand of gamma-irradiated DNA. The experiment failed spectacularly. Alarms blared, glass shattered, power surged and then collapsed. From the shadows emerged a figure, not quite Bruce Banner, not quite Hulk, a hybrid in transition. Muscles bulged, eyes burned, bones cracked as his body twisted with uncontrollable rage. He had awoken. The Hulk had arrived, not because he wanted to, but because someone dared to try and chain him again. Far away in the countryside, Colossus, Piotr Rasputin, had returned home to his family farm after a long stint with the X-Men. He was a man of peace at heart, preferring the sound of the wind through the wheat fields to the chaos of mutant politics or alien invasions. But even in the silence, Piotr never let his guard down. He had seen enough war to know it always finds a way to follow you. His peaceful evening was interrupted by a low rumble beneath his feet. Then came a message, urgent and encrypted, from Storm. Piotr, there's been a containment breach in Moscow. Hulk has broken free. Russian special forces are down. They need help, but they're refusing mutant intervention. We both know this can't end quietly. You're the only one close enough and strong enough. Piotr's heart sank. He didn't fear the Hulk, but he respected him. A battle with Hulk was no casual affair. It was a war of willpower, of survival. He closed his eyes and let the transformation overtake him. Skin shimmered, muscles hardened, and with a sound like cracking granite, Colossus emerged in full form, gleaming steel from head to toe. He whispered a prayer for strength and leapt into the air, landing with thunderous force toward the direction of the destruction. In downtown Moscow, chaos reigned. The Hulk tore through armored tanks like they were made of paper. Helicopters circled him, firing tranquilizers and sonic disruptors, all useless. The Hulk's skin pulsed with green energy. His muscles swelled with each passing second, but it wasn't his typical blind fury this time. He was confused, somewhere between Banner's mind and Hulk's rage. He shouted into the sky, "Leave Hulk alone! Hulk didn't want to be here!"
Hey you, don't just watch. Subscribe please.
He slammed his fists into the pavement, sending seismic ripples through buildings. Civilians fled in all directions. Fires ignited, smoke filled the air. Then came a sound, boom, not an explosion but a landing. Colossus stood amidst the swirling debris, arms folded, gaze fixed. "Hulk," he said calmly, "you must stop." The green giant turned toward him, eyes narrowing. "Metal Man, Hulk remembers you." "We don't have to fight," Colossus said. "Let me help you." "Everyone says that before they try to hurt Hulk," the beast bellowed. "You think you're stronger than Hulk?" "I don't want to be stronger," Colossus said firmly. "I want to stop this before more lives are lost." But it was too late for reason. A tank fired a missile directly at Hulk's back. It exploded on contact, harmless to him, but it shattered what little patience he had left. With a furious roar, Hulk lunged forward, fists raised. Colossus caught the blow with both arms, sliding back a few feet from the impact, digging into the cracked pavement. The ground beneath them crumbled. Pedestrians screamed, and in that instant Piotr realized the truth. This wouldn't be a containment. This wouldn't be a rescue. This would be a brawl that could level a nation. Helicopters veered out of range. Drones recorded from a distance. Across the globe, satellite feeds locked onto the battle zone. In the X-mansion, Logan cracked open a beer. "Poor Tin Man," he muttered. "He's gonna feel that in the morning." Back in Moscow, Hulk threw a second punch, faster, angrier. Colossus dodged to the left and countered with a full-body slam, sending Hulk through a crumbling office tower. Steel met flesh. Flesh fought back with fury, and both titans knew deep down that this wasn't just a battle of strength, it was a test of what it meant to be unstoppable. Smoke billowed from the collapsing tower. Concrete dust danced in the air as Hulk clawed his way out of the rubble, shaking off twisted steel like spider webs. His lip was bleeding, a rare sight. His chest heaved with primal fury, but his eyes burned with something deeper. Recognition. This wasn't just another puny human. Colossus had hurt him. "You made Hulk bleed," he growled, eyes flashing like twin emerald suns. "Now Hulk is mad." Before the sentence even finished, Hulk charged, the ground splitting beneath his feet. Colossus barely had time to brace before the emerald juggernaut slammed into him, fists pounding like meteor strikes. The first blow sent Colossus crashing into a city tram. The second buried him halfway into the pavement. The third he caught. Colossus, gritting his titanium teeth, pushed upward and twisted, tossing Hulk over his shoulder with a thundering arc. Hulk smashed into the side of a bridge, the structure groaning from the impact. "You are strong, Hulk," Piotr said, stepping forward, "but you are not the only one who fights for control." Colossus surged forward with a mighty uppercut, sending Hulk flying into the air. As Hulk fell, Piotr leapt up, meeting him midair with a spinning kick that sent shockwaves rippling across the city. They crashed down into the heart of Red Square. Craters formed with each strike. Every punch was a seismic event. Cars flipped, windows shattered, crowds screamed from behind emergency barricades. Colossus's strikes were calculated, disciplined, hammer-like precision honed by years of X-Men training. He used his environment. He dodged, feinted, grappled. But Hulk adapted. With every hit he took, his body swelled. With every slam he endured, his muscles surged. He fed off the pain. Colossus grabbed Hulk from behind in a crushing bear hug, aiming to end it with brute containment. "This is not who you are," Piotr shouted. "You are Bruce Banner." "Hulk is not Banner," came the thunderous response. Hulk bent forward and snapped backward with a colossal headbutt. Colossus staggered, dazed, and Hulk roared, grabbing him by the leg and slamming him left and right like a rag doll. Colossus groaned, his armor denting in places. For the first time in years, he felt fear. Hulk wasn't slowing down. He was becoming something else, something worse. Suddenly, Hulk dropped Colossus and paused. His chest rose and fell in massive heaves. He looked down at the broken metal form of his opponent. "You're strong," Hulk muttered, panting, "but Hulk is stronger." Colossus, bleeding and bruised, pushed himself up slowly. "You must stop," he gasped. "You'll destroy everything." "I tried to stop," Hulk growled, stepping forward. "But no one lets Hulk be. So now Hulk smashes." With a final bellow that echoed into the heavens, Hulk raised both fists and brought them down like a divine judgment. The ground split. The shockwave ruptured windows for miles. Colossus's body was driven deep into the earth like a meteor. Dust settled. Silence fell. All that remained was Hulk, standing over the defeated warrior, shoulders rising and falling like tectonic plates shifting. He looked at Colossus, still breathing, still alive. but unmoving. Hulk turned, limping slightly. His hands were shaking. This victory had cost him. This wasn't a fight he had wanted, but it was one he had won. As he bounded away, disappearing into the smoky horizon, emergency responders flooded into the ruined square. Behind them, Colossus lay still, beaten but unbroken. And so the world watched. Two giants had clashed, but only one still walked. Steel had met rage, and rage had triumphed.